What's up internet, Jonathan here with TLD, and today I'm bringing you the full unboxing and review of the 2011 15-inch quad-core MacBook Pro. In the box you get the MacBook Pro itself, a cleaning cloth, the Magsafe power adapter, AC wall plug and power cord, software DVDs and manuals, and this ships with Mac OS 10.6 and iLife 11, which means you get the latest edition of iPhoto, iMovie, iDVD, iWeb, and Garageband. You got 3 flavors to choose from, starting with the $17.99 baseline model. That'll get you a 2.0 GHz quad-core i7 alongside with an AMD Radeon HD 6490M with 256 megs of video memory. For $400 more, that'll hop you up to a 2.2 GHz quad-core, but the key difference here is you jump up to an HD 6750M, which is a full gig of video memory. For a couple $100 more, you can bump up to a 2.3 GHz quad-core. You're going to get the same video card, so essentially all you're paying for is a slight clock speed increase on the CPU. The 15-inch MacBook Pro comes standard with a 1440 by 900 16:10 glossy display. For $100 more, you can upgrade to the 1680 by 1050 high-res display. An additional $50 on top of that will get you the high-res and the anti-glare. The model I'm looking at is the high-res anti-glare. It's going to maintain the 16:10 aspect ratio. The big thing you're going to notice is sharper text, and you get 36% more pixels, which is a huge plus if you're doing Photoshop, Final Cut, really any media editing software. Aesthetically, you'll notice the anti-glare comes with a silver bezel, not the black like the standard glossy display. One thing I have noticed is on the anti-glare, it's not as vibrant as the glossy, so the whites are a little bit brighter and the blacks are a little bit deeper on the glossy display. Overall, I'd say the glossy is a little bit better for just enjoying movies and watching media on your computer. The anti-glare, if you're doing a lot of photo editing or video editing, or maybe if you're in a situation where you have a lot of light coming in, you can't control the glare, that's where I would opt for the anti-glare display. I'm actually taking a look at the 2.3 GHz version of the quad-core i7 CPU. This is going to actually have 4 physical cores clocked at 2.3 GHz, and what's cool about it, if you're using heavy apps like Final Cut, Photoshop, it's going to intelligently overclock up to 3.4 GHz with Intel Turbo Boost. Another cool Intel feature is hyper-threading, so while this is a physical quad-core, the OS will see and utilize this as 8 threads. Now, if you're wondering if this is faster than the previous iteration of the 15-inch i7 MacBook Pro, with the addition of 2 more physical cores, it's up to 50% faster, and as you guys can see from the Geekbench, it nearly doubles the score. There's actually been no changes to the design, so it's going to maintain that same aluminum unibody look. It's going to measure in at 14.3 inches wide, less than an inch tall, and weighs about 5.6 pounds. All MacBook Pros feature a multi-touch glass trackpad. You can either physical click or tap to click. There's also a lot of multi-touch gestures. You guys can check out a link down below if you want to learn more about that. You get a backlit keyboard, an 8x slot loading super drive, and stereo speakers with a built-in subwoofer. They sound decent, they're very usable, but they're not the best in the world. Moving along to what's new, all 2011 MacBook Pros feature a Facetime HD camera, which captures video at 720p 30 frames per second. It also has an improved microphone built in, so it sounds and looks pretty good. If you guys want an example of how it looks and sounds, go ahead and click this annotation right here. One of the biggest additions to the MacBook Pro line was the inclusion of Thunderbolt. Essentially, it's a high-speed I/O which features PCI Express and DisplayPort functionality, so you can use it with Apple Cinema displays. With Mini DisplayPort, you can use DVI, HDMI, and VGA. It features a super fast transfer rate at 10 gigabits per second, so that's 20 times faster than USB 2.0, 12 times faster than FireWire, and up to 2 times faster than USB 3.0. Now taking a look at the rest of the in and outs, you get the Magsafe power, Ethernet, FireWire 800, 2 USB 2.0 ports, you get an SDXC slot which supports up to 64 gigabytes, audio in, audio out, and a cool little battery meter. If you push it right here, you can actually see the battery level without having to open up your MacBook Pro. Overall, I gotta say it's insanely fast for a laptop. You do get a solid battery life, about 5 to 7 hours for everyday tasks like web browsing, email, photos, and about 3 to 5 hours if you're using heavier tasks like Photoshop or Final Cut, but still good all around. If you're doing HD video editing, photo editing, or music production, this is going to be the perfect laptop for you. It's definitely worth upgrading with the speed bump from last year's model. I'd say if you're going for the 2.2 GHz or the 2.0, it's worth the upgrade to jump up to the 2.2. Not only do you get a slight bump in the speed, but you also get a 1 GB graphics card. That's going to help you out with 3D motion effects such as After Effects or Motion 4. The 2.3 GHz really isn't necessary. You're not going to notice too much of a speed difference. I'd save that money, put it towards an SSD or extra RAM. As far as the high res, I personally like that. The extra screen real estate is nice. As far as glossy versus anti-glare, it really depends on the situation you're in or the lighting in your room. Some people like glossy better, some people like anti-glare. I will say the blacks pop a little more, colors are a little bit more vibrant on the glossy if that helps you make a decision. If you're doing audio or video work, I would say upgrade to the 7200 RPM hard drive or an SSD for optimal performance, and also upgrade to 8 gigs of RAM. Do that on your own though. I'll post a link where to pick that up. That's going to help you out with multitasking. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If it helps you out and you're looking to pick up a new MacBook Pro, if you use the TLD Amazon store, you can save a few bucks. Plus, you don't pay sales tax, which is like 7 to 10% extra on top of the savings, depending where you live. I'll post that link down below. As always, if you guys are brand new, feel free to subscribe. I got a lot of cool tech videos here and on the way. Thank you guys for watching, commenting, and I'll catch you guys later.